Have you ever been in a narcissistic relationship or dealt with a narcissistic person or partner? If you have, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about because it's real. Like their train of thought is so off, is so irrational that it makes you sometimes think that you're the crazy one, right? I was in a narcissistic relationship for years. And at first, I didn't understand. Like, I didn't really know what was going on, you know? Um, and I really had to sit and think, but it wasn't until after I was able to break away from this person that I really realized, like, this guy was the poster child for narcissists, right? Like he was very abusive, very disrespectful. Um, and his whole train of thought was, oh well, you like to go to the police, so dude, like, do you not understand what you're doing? Do you not comprehend that you're wrong, that what you're doing is not normal and is not right? And I honestly believe that he believed that in his mind his actions were justified because whatever happened in his past, now he has to bring that over to what we have going on. And it wasn't that I was doing anything wrong, of course. That's just how abusive relationships go. Like, you're not the problem. So if you're in that situation, please just understand you're not the problem. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not doing anything to provoke this behavior. A lot of people with narcissistic behaviors and tendencies, this stems from things that happened in their past, right? And for this particular person, I knew certain things about what he's been through. And I recognized it. And sometimes I would try to make peace, you know? I would try to, be the good partner and not say certain things and not do certain things because I didn't want them to be triggers. And I honestly believe that in his mind, whatever I did or whatever I said to make him lash out at me physically, mentally, emotionally, it was my fault because I triggered him. I should not have acted the way that I did. I should not have said, or maybe I should have been tougher, or whatever the excuse was. But dealing with him made me realize that I have to hold on to my peace, right? I have to understand that narcissists, they take no responsibility. There is no accountability. They don't see the wrong in what they're doing, right? They know they're wrong. They know it deep down in their heart of hearts. They know they're wrong, but they don't see it as wrong because whatever it was done to them. So now it's justified in them doing it to you too. Because if it was done to them and whoever did it, whatever the bad thing was, whatever the traumatic thing was, and they were able to do it and get away with it, and everything was okay afterwards, in their mind, that gives them the justification to do it to other people, right? Well, I was bullied when I was young or a teenager or even as adults, because adults are bullies too. Then now, if you're not strong enough to stand up to me, then I'm going to bully you too. And it's okay, because what was done to me was okay, because nobody suffered consequences for it. And that's how narcissists think, right? They are the victims. They are the victims. And nobody can tell them any different. They are always the ones under attack, no matter what the situation is, right? Everyone is attacking them. So when they lash out, in their mind is justified, because you should not have been the person, or you should not have done the thing. And the sad thing about that is, in most cases, it's too late for them to change. And you cannot change people. You know, for a long time, I thought, okay, well, if I just was nice, maybe I'll be nice, you know, maybe that'll help the situation. Or maybe if, I just did everything I'm supposed to do, that'll avoid conflict. But there's no avoiding. There is no, because they're their own trigger. It's not you. They are their own trigger. And it's something that clicks, a memory, a thought that pops up, and you just happen to be in the vicinity when this happens. So now you catch the brunt of that. And no matter how nice you are, no matter how much you try to make sense of it, it doesn't work, because you're not the problem and you can't change them. They have to realize that, hey, what I'm doing is wrong. I'm being extremely irrational and toxic. And until they come to that realization, it's going to continue. So the only thing you can do is get away from this person. No matter how much you love them, no matter how much it'll hurt, especially if you have children, because children they don't know, right? Like, they don't see the toxicity, especially if they're small. And that was my situation. They didn't know. And mommy couldn't just leave, right? Because toddlers don't understand conflict. They don't understand, emotional pain and emotional dysfunction. They don't understand that. So, you have to come to a point to where you have to take it upon yourself and just go. Because a narcissist is a narcissist and will always be a narcissist until whatever those triggers are are apparent in their mind. But the worst thing about it is they know they're wrong. It's not that they're crazy. People like to put the label crazy on folks all the time. It's not that they're crazy. A lot of times they're highly intelligent. They're very strategic, right? And that's what makes it hard. That's what makes it even worse because they are intentionally manipulating the situation, right? And I'm gonna tell you a secret. I've never said this to anybody, but you know, bullies, when you stick your chest out and stand up for yourself, bullies back down. And I realized this, when I stepped up, like, yo, you need to chill out. Like, this is not okay. I saw him curl, I saw him turn into like a vulnerable child. And no woman wants a man who shrivels up like a puppy, And when I saw that, I took a step back and I said, I would rather, and this may seem wild or crazy or irrational to some people, and I get it, and it is what it is. But I said, I would rather have a man who at least feels in control than one who is weak. And when I had that in my mind, that is when I took it upon myself to be the victim, to allow him to assert his manhood because controlling me made him feel empowered because somebody in his past took that from him, and being able to control me and control our situation and control our relationship gave him his power back. And I had to make a decision. Do you strip him of this newfound power and strength, or do you take the abuse and allow him to be the man he couldn't be when the bad thing happened to him? That's a tough decision, right? And I think if it weren't for the fact that there were children involved, children who were happy, children who were too young to understand, I would have took the other route. I would have left. Probably would have kicked his ass. But I had to make a decision, and in understanding what a narcissist is, what their tendencies are, and what controls them, I decided to stay. And I decided to accept, not like the situation, but accept it for what it was, right? And know that no matter how nice I can be to this person, or how much I do what they want me to do, or be the person that they need me to be, there's still going to be times where those triggers come through, and I'm still going to be the enemy. And I'm still going to be the person that they feel the need to take their aggression out of. They will never take responsibility because they don't see, they don't accept. I'm not going to say they don't see, because they are aware that what they're doing is wrong. You know, only mentally ill people don't realize what they're doing is wrong. And I don't accept narcissism as a mental illness. I don't accept that. So I will say a narcissist will never accept responsibility for their role in whatever the situation is, for their role in why your relationship didn't work out, in their role in why they're now locked in a cage, spending the rest of their days locked behind bars because they couldn't control their tendencies and their aggression and their attitude, because they never dealt with whatever happened to them in their past. They will always be the victim. It will always be because you are not you are, but you have an attitude. You, although you did everything that you were supposed to do, you did everything, to make peace, you were still the bad person. You still made this the bad situation. They are always the victim. There will never be any accountability. And I learned that dealing with my narcissistic partner, that you cannot make people see what they are fighting so hard to avoid. And I also learned that my peace is more important than fighting a losing battle. I learned that I can sit on the truth, not just my truth. I can sit on the truth in knowing that I wasn't the problem. And when you learn certain lessons, it doesn't it doesn't remove the pain. It doesn't erase the memories, but it allows you to move forward in knowing that, okay, I learned these lessons. I went through the storm. I did what I did. I dealt with what I had to deal with. I accepted whatever I accepted. And I'm going to take these lessons and I'm going to internalize them and I'm going to absorb them and I'm going to make sure that I take these lessons forward with me, along with the pain, along with the heartbreak and the heartache and the hurt and the misery and the drama, and know that I will never be in that situation again because now I know better. Now I can look at a person and have a half conversation with them and know, nah, you're not right. Something in you is not right. And I wouldn't have that discernment had I not dealt with the type of person I dealt with in my past. Sometimes we look at things as a tragedy or as something that was made to hurt us. But it's on you how you take it and how you internalize it. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your permission." So let's stop allowing people to make us feel inferior. Let's stop allowing the narcissist to have fun with our emotions. Had I stood up and took that route instead of accepting the BS, I could have killed that a long time ago. I could have ended the pain a long time ago. But had I done that, I would have missed out on some of the lessons that I learned. We make our own paths in life. And regardless of which road you choose, make sure you learn something from it. Make sure you take notes. So when you get to your next destination or enter into your next journey, you have those lessons in your pocket. And you can see people for who they are. And you don't have to deal with the hurt and the pain and the betrayal and the drama and the narcissistic behavior because now you know better. So understand, if you're dealing with a narcissist, don't try to change them, because for one, you can't change people. I don't care how hard you try, how bad you want to. You can't change people. And know that until they are ready to accept themselves for who they are and fix whatever traumas happened to them in their past that is making them now reflect those onto you, they will forever behave that way. There will forever be a lack of responsibility and accountability for their actions. They will forever play the victim. And you will always be the predator to them. And there is really nothing you can do about it because you are not the one with the problem. So you have to make a choice. Do you want to stick around and hope that their narcissistic tendencies go away or they realize what they're doing? Or do you want your peace? For me, my peace was more important than fighting that battle. As long as I knew that regardless, I can stand in the truth. Not my truth, not his truth, not their truth, in the truth. I can sleep another night peacefully.